go. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Aj here from Curly K Naturals. Yes it is. If you're new to my channel, welcome guys, welcome congregation, and if you're not here, welcome back. You know, welcome. You know how we do's up in here. If you haven't yet subscribed, I don't know what you're doing, like, so make sure you click the subscribe button and make sure you click the bell over here or over here somewhere or over there somewhere, so every time I upload a new video you're the first to know. So yeah, category is frequently asked questions. The reason why I'm making this video is because, guys, I get asked the same questions over and over and over again, so I thought if a lot of people are asking me the same questions, then clearly a lot of people want to know these things, so let's get into it. So if this is a segment where you are interested in, and if you've got questions, ask me, leave your comments down below. If not, follow me on Instagram and DM me, because I try and respond back to people ASAP as soon as possible, if you don't know this. But yeah, question number one, uno. I don't know. So sad. So question number one, how often should I wash my child's hair? According to me, I've got two answers for this. One is, if your child's hair is in an easy protective style, like a twist, I want to say like doo-doo plaits. Everyone knows doo-doo plaits if you live in London. I guess in England, doo-doo plaits, like when you have the chunky braids, or you've got chunky twists. Wash your child's hair once a week or once every 2 weeks. Don't go more than 14 days without washing your child's hair, I would say. However, if your child's hair is in a more elaborate protective style, such as braid, cornrows, like mini cornrows, cane rows, cornrows, same thing, I would say, again, 2 to 3 weeks. I would advise don't go more than 14 days without washing your child's hair. Also, just to touch on that, if you're washing your child's hair every week, you can go and co-wash. But if you've left your child's hair for 2 weeks, I would say go and use a shampoo. Use a shampoo to clear everything out, clarify everything. And even if it's not a clarifying shampoo, use a moisturizing shampoo to wash the hair out, and not just a co-wash, because a co-wash will only rinse off surface dirt, if it makes sense. It only, like, the surface dirt, it won't go and cleanse the embedded dirt on your scalp, on your strands. So, but if you're using As I Am co-wash, it will do that for you. If you've left it between 2 to 3 weeks, wash it with a clarifying shampoo. Yes. Yeah. Question number two, how often should I deep condition my child's hair? Guys, as often as you wash your child's hair, you deep condition that hair. So if you wash your child's hair once a week, deep condition once a week. If you wash it once every 2 weeks, deep condition once every 2 weeks. Don't go a wash day without deep conditioning, because deep conditioning, as I said in my previous video, is the foundation to moisture retention. If you're retaining moisture, then you're retaining length, and that's what we're looking for, length retention. What is my child's hair porosity? I have touched on this on my Instagram page, and by the way, if you're not following, don't know what you're doing again, go and follow my Instagram page. But you can determine your child's hair porosity by doing a porosity test. There's 2 ways of doing it. The first is, don't pluck your child's hair out. If it's wash day and you're washing and some hair come out, because obviously hair sheds, take that hair, put it in warm water, use a clean strand of hair, put it in the water, and give it about 5 minutes. If it stays at the top, then your child's hair is low porosity hair. Middle, you got medium porosity, and if it floats to the bottom, then it's high porosity. But what I can say is, children have virgin hair, so more often than not, they're in between the low and medium porosity range. Yeah. The second option is, get your child's hair, a strand of your child's hair, and rub. I don't know if you can see it properly. Rub up and down the shaft of the hair, and if you can feel like bumps, if it's risen, you know your child's got, okay, maybe just fall out then. Your child's got high porosity hair. And if it's just smooth when you're gliding up and down, then they've got low porosity hair because your cuticle lay flat. So yeah, but again, your child, more often than not, if they're like a baby, infant, toddler, they've just got virgin hair. Your hair starts, don't get me wrong, some people are born with high porosity hair, but more often than not, if you've put chemicals like a relaxer, if you've dyed your hair, that's when its porosity will change, become high porosity. But during your lifespan, guys, your hair porosity may change. Yeah. Another question I get asked a lot is, my child's hair is dry, how do I combat the dryness? I have a whole video dedicated to combating dryness, so just go and check that out, linked here or here in the cards, so go and check that out. But guys, one of the tips I can give to you is, if you're not deep conditioning your child's hair, that's probably why it's not retaining the moisture in your child's hair. So yeah, also another way to combat dryness, going in every 2 to 3 days and moisturizing your child's hair. Spritz it down with water, not until it's soaking wet, but until it's like damp to touch. Spritz it with warm water, more to the hot side, so the cuticles open up again. And then you can go in with a leave-in, your cream and your oil, do the LCO method. But for me, when I'm re-moisturizing my children's hair, I will go in with the hair milk, because as I said in my other video, milks are not leave-in, nor are they moisturizers. They are moisturizers, but they can act as a leave-in or a moisturizer, so it's like the best of both worlds. Number 5, how often should I trim? Guys, I cannot give you a definite answer on that as to how often should you trim. For me, if I'm twisting up my child's hair, because I mostly do twist because I find it easier to take down, and it snags less. If I see that they have like straggly ends, I've got a video on Instagram about the straggly cousins, I'll just go in and just trim off. When I say not even half an inch of their hair, but I will go in and trim off the straggly ends. And I don't do a big trim until the end of the year, about December-ish times, where I'll go in and blow dry their hair, and I'll put their hair on a piece of white paper. I can see the loose ends, just go and trim that off. As I'm twisting throughout the year, if they're straggly cousins, I do go and dust off the ends. Just when it comes to the end of the year, I don't really have much to trim off. But if you don't do that, then I suggest you go in and do a proper trim on your child's hair. Just cut off about an inch, half an inch, if that. Okay, now to the infamous question that I get all the time, and I want to touch on this so much. What products can grow my child's hair? And I don't want you to take offense to this by any means necessary, but you know in the Bible where it says that the lack of knowledge will make my people perish, right? Your hair is growing, your child's hair is growing all the time. Just see it as this: when your child was in your belly, for the 9 months, the 10 months you carried your child, because true say 40 weeks is 10 months, the 9 months you carried your child, when you gave birth to that child came out with their head full of hair. Especially if you're black, I want to say 85 to 95% of the time your child comes out with a head full of hair. Then you sit down and think, when your child was in your belly, what products were you using to grow your child's hair? I'll wait.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Nothing, right? You wasn't using no products to grow your child's hair. What you was doing was you was eating healthy, you was drinking your water, you was doing what you need to do. And water is so important. But yeah, I say all of that to say, when your child was in your belly, you was not using any products to grow their hair. However, they still managed to come out with a head full of hair. Why is that? Because your child's hair is growing. Your child's hair grows half an inch every month. So within that year, that's 6 inches. Imagine 6 inches of hair on a 1-year-old is a lot of hair. In 2 years, that is 12 inches of hair. 12 inches of hair on a 2-year-old is a lot of hair. So what are we not doing that you're not seeing that 6 inches, or you're not seeing that half an inch, the inch every month, or the 12 inches at the age of 2? What you're not doing is you're not retaining moisture in your child's hair. So that aids in not retaining length, right? In order for you to retain length, you have to properly moisturize your child's hair. So when I say moisturizing, again, I have a whole video dedicated to this. You have to use the right products, yeah, to retain moisture in your child's hair. Don't leave your child's hair dry. And there's other things that you have to follow as well. Don't let your child sleep on just cotton sheets, because it's gonna rub against their hair, whatever, here or here, because my daughter was balding here, and that was before I even knew half this information, none of this information. And I had to go out there and do my own research and do a trial and error, test and fail. So guys, I say all of that to say your child's hair is always growing. You just need to make sure your child's hair is moisturized And I know this preconception that black people have that, oh, water's gonna break your child's hair, water's gonna break your hair. When I say water is the best moisturizer there is out there, because people that are making products, yeah, for your moisturizers or your shampoos or your deep conditioning, when you check the ingredients, what is the first ingredient? Water, aqua, distilled water, aloe vera juice. Person that hasn't done the research won't use water because they feel, oh, water is gonna break the child's hair. No, water is the best moisturizer there is out there. And I don't mean go and soak your child's hair in water and then leave it, especially if you've got 4C hair. It's what's it gonna do? Shrink, shrivel, and just thingy. And just like up there. Water is the best moisturizer there is out there. That's why it makes up 90 to 95% of all the products you have in your house probably. When you're looking for products, look for products that have great ingredients in. If you want me to make a video about how to read ingredients on products, comment down below and I'll do that for you. Your child's hair is growing, and whatever products there is out there, say Miracle Grow Oil, your child's hair will grow in, all these products are like, oh, hair growth thing oil, hair growth from this and this and this. You'll run out and go and buy it. But the truth is, guys, the truth of the matter is your child's hair is growing. It just needs a product that's going to retain moisture. So if a product's like moisturizing this, moisturizing that, yes, that's what you need, because you need your child's hair to be moisturized. So moisture, 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 moisture. Guys, don't leave your child's hair to dry out. And just because you wash your child's hair every 2 to 3 weeks don't mean that's it, you've left it be. Within that week, go in every 2 to 3 days and re-moisturize your child's hair by spritzing water, following up with the method of choice. Yeah, I hope I've answered that question for you. So this is not a frequently asked question, but I do want to touch on this, guys. Do not manipulate your child's hair while it's in its dry stage. Yes, the dry stages of your child's hair is the strongest stage according to whoever. But to me, I feel like dry stage of your child's hair is when it's at its weakest. That's when it's prone to breakage, when it's dry. Add the moisture, as in water, and your products like a moisturizer and so forth. If you comb your child's hair, it doesn't break as easily as if you're manipulating and combing and styling it in its dry state. It's just not gonna do that. So don't manipulate your child's hair whilst it's in a dry state. Moisturize it before you manipulate it. Also, you might experience breakage because you're doing the same styles over and over, in your child's hair in the same places over and over again. And why do I say this? Because if you're, let's say, even if you have a middle part like me, I've middle parted out. Yeah, my hair is now always, even if I wash my hair will always have a Moses part in the middle, because I have trained my hair to stay in this part. So if you keep parting in your child's hair, if you do duplicates all the time and you're always doing the same 5 sections, you'll see that where you part it starts to break, because there's tension always there. That's the key word, tension is always there. So if you do 5, switch up to 6, part it in a different way. So if you do 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top, 2 in the middle, 2 at the top, switch up, do 1 big circle at the top, do 2 at the sides and 1 at the back. Just switch it up so the other parts where you have parted it previously have the chance to just relax. That's the word I'm looking for, is just relax. I am parting it in different ways. And also, I have noticed, it's not a frequently asked question, but someone out there, it might benefit someone out there, but I have noticed that when I use elastic bands on my kids' hair, especially my youngest daughter and my son, I want to say my son, it breaks their hair. So I have made a conscious decision not to use elastic bands in their hair. And when I say elastic bands, you know, the little round £1, you get like hundreds in a pack for £1. When I use them and I'm taking down their hair, it snags. Even if I add oil to it, someone will be like, Ash, just add oil. No, Barbara. I've done that so many times. And when I take it out, it just snags, or within the week, it's wrapped itself around something. And when I'm taking it down, even if I cut it and take it down, it's just breaking. So I have made a conscious decision not to use elastic bands in my child's hair because it's literally just breaking it off. If that applies to you, if you've noticed that, yeah, when I do use elastic bands, it is breaking my child's hair. You can do the same hairstyles, as I say, because the younger one has different texture completely from the other ones. Like, you do her hair today, within 2 hours, it's like unraveling itself. But I've noticed that if I'm patting it down and I use like a heavy butter, if I use a butter at the end, it kind of just locks it in place, or a heavy oil like a castor oil, and just wrap it around. It stays there for like 2-3 days, and within that 2-3 days I need to go in and re-moisturize anyway, so I just spritz it and just change it up. But yeah, if you've noticed that, then guys, it might just be elastic bands breaking your child's hair as well. If not, then I guess I'm the only person. But yeah, these are some of the frequently asked questions. If you found this helpful, or if you've got your own questions to ask me, just comment down below, or just message me on Instagram. If you're just unsure about something or certain thing, comment down below, message me on Instagram. I don't know what accent this is, I'm just doing it, you know, because I've got accent syndrome. If you don't know what accent syndrome is, you know what accent syndrome is? Is if you hear someone with a different accent, yeah, you automatically just change into that accent for no apparent reason. That's what I've got. I've got accent syndrome, so I think I can manipulate any accent, but I really can't. So yeah, anyways guys, I hope this video was really helpful. Hope you liked it. If you did, thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until next time guys, until next time, until next time, peace.